Hi, welcome everyone. Hi, welcome to the people joining. Hi, Sapawaper. Hi, hope you guys are having a nice weekend. Hope you guys are doing some revision this weekend. Continuing to prepare for your GCSEs. Hi, ARU. Yeah, Sapawaper, you were first. ARU, welcome. Welcome to the people that are regular. Nice to see some regular faces here, but also welcome to the other people who are joining for the first time. Welcome to you all. We're going to be doing some science revision today. Yeah, some sciences revision. Topic 3 chemistry. What is topic 3 chemistry? Which one are you wondering about? Feel free to ask me any specific questions you guys have. Yeah, we're doing some biology this time. Yeah, absolutely. Electrolysis, we've done quite a lot. So we're not going to have a look at chemistry this time. It's actually biology. Metals, I think we've done. The heart we've got. We could go over the heart again if you guys want. Yeah, nice. Welcome, Real Fusion, yeah. If you guys want to go over heart, we can do that. We did the heart, but I didn't actually record that video. So this time I can record it and we can post that on YouTube so you guys can have a look at it afterwards as well. So maybe we can do the heart in biology today. Coronary heart disease. Yeah, thought you had school. I'm not sure what you mean. You mean teaching? Yeah, I am tutoring today. I was supposed to do one this morning in the morning, but I had a student message asking if they could do a lesson in the morning. So I did that with them. And now I've got a quick break, about half an hour. So in this half an hour, I'll see how much we can cover with you guys. So it seems like we want to do the heart and look through the cardiovascular system, right? I don't mind, we can do that. We did physics last night. So we're going to do some biology revision. Okay, so let's do a title of biology. If you are joining for the first time, make sure you are following so that you know when we go on these lives. And make sure you like the live so that other people can join us as well. I appreciate the support. Can you do a vote, please? We could do a vote if you guys want. I could set up a quick vote. So what shall we put in the vote? Let's put the heart. I was planning to go through hormones. I can't see what you guys are typing. If you guys are typing something whilst I set up this quick vote for you guys. So the heart, hormones, or anything else. Kind of see what you guys are saying. One moment. Yeah, feel free to mention in the chat if there's something you'd rather go over other than the heart or the hormones. Let me see what you guys are saying, and I'll put that into the vote as well. So digestive system, respiration, hormones, the heart, respiration. Okay, so I'll make it out of those three. There you go. I set up the vote. So if you go onto the bottom of your screen, you tap interact, you will be able to vote for what you guys want to start off with. So let's see if you guys are voting. Yeah. Hormones are winning so far. That's what I was planning to do. Heart's close behind, respiration's last. The heart's winning now. Yeah, I really don't mind which one we do. So you guys can choose. This live is going to be on YouTube because we've done the heart before, but I didn't record it, so it's not on YouTube. So this time it's recording and it will be there, okay? So you guys vote quickly. In the meantime, whilst you guys vote, let me just let you guys know, for the people who are joining for the very first time, don't forget, I've got GCSE 2023 predicted maths and science papers on my website. The link to my website is christuition.myshopify.com. Lots of you already know about this, but some of you may not. I've made these predicted papers based off research into what's definitely got to come up this year in your exams. So they're going to be the closest thing you're going to have to the real exams. So really good opportunity for you guys to get some really good revision done. Like I said, closest thing you're going to get to your real exams. The maths papers are for AQA, OCR, and Edexcel, whereas the science papers are only for AQA students. Okay, AQA, and you've got a choice of combined science or triple science. Okay, so you guys can check those papers out and you can get them on my website. And when you are going onto my website, you can take a screenshot of all of this. Make sure you use the code LIVE30 because just for you guys coming from my live, you get 30% off everything, which is already heavily discounted. So each paper will come down to about 60p per paper with the mark scheme. And like I said, I've spent so much time making these papers, about 20 hours to 24 hours per paper with the mark scheme, mainly doing research to make sure that everything that I put into the papers, or most things that I put into the papers, come up in your exams this year. So like I said, really, really good opportunity for you guys. Let's quickly check how the vote's doing. Interact, poll. Hormones are winning. Oh, that's surprising. I thought the heart would win. But it's quite close. There's only about 3.5% in it. So very close. Oh, thanks for the gift. Cheese tax. They're all higher papers, okay? All higher papers. So it seems like we're going to be going through, let's see if it's still the same. Seems like we're going to be going through the heart, but hormones are catching up. Oh, heart and hormones level. Looks like it's going to be very tight. So I'll let you guys vote for another 2 minutes. If you do want to check this website out later, make sure you take a screenshot so you can. The link is as well. If you have any questions about the predicted papers, you can let me know. The website is christuition.myshopify.com, like this. Okay, it's my own website there. The link is also in my bio on TikTok and on Instagram. Don't forget to use that code LIVE30 because it will get you 30% off everything. It'll bring the papers down to about 60p per paper, okay? But yeah, really good opportunity for all of you guys. Make sure you check those papers out and get them all done. Mark them with those mark schemes that come with it straight away and see how well you're doing. And anything that you struggled on in those papers, make sure you then revise those things, because I guarantee you those things are going to be coming up in your exams. They are higher papers, okay, for combined science. You have a choice of combined or triple science on my website, so make sure you choose the right ones. Thanks for the follows, guys. Thank you for the likes as well. Let's see how the poll's doing. Seems like the heart is winning now. The heart's winning quite strongly. Looks like we're going to be doing the heart. So yeah, if you want to check out this website later on, just take a screenshot and you can check it out later. Otherwise, feel free to check it out now and let me know if you have any questions. But make sure you use that code LIVE30. It's going to get you 30% off everything that's already discounted even more. All right, guys. So looks like the heart's winning. Thanks for the follows, guys. Thanks for the likes. I appreciate it. Make sure you are following and liking so that you don't miss out on these lives. And let's start going through the structure of the heart. For those of you who are joining for the very first time, there's lots of people joining now, which are very new. Remember, guys, that these papers are on my website. These are the predicted papers. christuition.myshopify.com is where you can find those papers. And don't forget to use that code LIVE30 because it will get you 30% off all of the papers. Okay. They're all predicted papers for this year's examination period. And they're, like I tell you guys all the time, they're the closest thing you're going to get to the real exams. So really good opportunity. I've spent so many hours researching what's going to come up in these year's exams. So I know that they're going to be as good as they can get. Now, let's get started with the heart. If you are sitting there, make sure you do like the live so that other people can join us as well. And I'm going to show you guys where this video is going to go up after the live. This video will go up on my YouTube account. If you type in tutor.chris on YouTube, you'll see my account comes up at the top. And there's all the lives that we've been doing recently since I started posting them on my YouTube. So you guys will find them there as well. So if you miss anything, you can rewatch it there, okay? Now, let's start with the heart. So I like to kind of represent the heart almost like a box, okay? And this is the way that I'd represent it. There you go. And I'd split it up into the 4 chambers of the heart. Okay, now remember that when we're dealing with the heart, the bit that looks like it's on the left is actually the right side of the heart, and the bit that looks like it's on the right is actually the left side of the heart, okay? So over here, I've got my right side of the heart, and over here, I've got my left side of the heart, okay? And also, you've got to remember that the right side of the heart is the part of the heart which carries the deoxygenated blood, which I'll make in light blue, and the left side carries the oxygenated blood. Thanks for the gift, guys. Thank you. Now, in terms of naming the chambers, okay, this chamber on the right side is called the left atrium. Okay, so this is the left atrium. And this is the left ventricle. Oh, I say left. See, I've made the mistake already. Right atrium and right ventricle. Thanks for those correcting me. Right atrium and right ventricle. And we're going to talk through the pathway of the blood through the heart after we've labeled this, okay? Right ventricle. We've got the left atrium and the left ventricle. Okay. And between the atrium and the ventricle, yeah, nice one, L, we've got valves, right? So these bits over here are called valves. And can anyone tell me what the purpose of valves is? We've got the bicuspid, the tricuspid valve, yep. For GCSE, for most of you guys, you just need to remember that they are called valves. But if you can remember that they're also called atrioventricular valves, or if you can remember tricuspid and bicuspid, that's amazing. But they're atrioventricular valves because they're between the atrium and the ventricle. Okay, and yes, they prevent backflow. Absolutely, well done to all of you saying that. We don't want blood flowing backwards through the heart. We want it only going in one direction, so they prevent this from happening and they make sure it only goes in that one direction. All right, now let's talk about the very beginning of the kind of cycle of a heart pumping, right? So we start off over here, just before the right atrium. And the blood vessel, which carries deoxygenated blood into the right atrium, is called the vena cava. Okay? Vena cava. And it's a vein which carries deoxygenated blood into the right atrium. All right? So this blood goes into our right atrium. It goes through our atrioventricular valve, the tricuspid valve, and it goes into the right ventricle. Okay, then from the right ventricle, this blood now needs to get oxygenated. So can somebody tell me which organ this blood needs to go to now? Which organ does this blood need to go to? To the lungs, absolutely. So this is now going to go to the lungs. And whilst I draw a very poor image of the lungs, can anyone tell me what blood vessel takes it to the lungs? There you go, there's my lungs. Pulmonary artery. Well done to all of you saying that. So it's the pulmonary artery. Pulmonary meaning to do with the lungs. Artery meaning away, A for away from the heart. So the pulmonary artery takes that blood to our lungs for oxygenation. Okay, they're the site of gas exchange. So by the end of this blood is now oxygenated. And it enters the left side of the heart this time, atrium. Can anyone tell me what blood vessel takes that blood lungs to the left atrium? What's the name of this blood vessel? Taking the blood back, it is the pulmonary vein. So pulmonary, again, to do with the lungs. Vein, meaning in, back to the heart. Very good. So this blood enters the left atrium. It will travel through to the left ventricle. And then from the left ventricle, it travels kind of through the back of the heart and out via what we call the aorta. Okay, so the aorta, which is a large blood vessel, it's an artery, which looks a little bit like that. Okay, and this will pump blood to the rest of the body. Okay, this will be oxygenated blood being pumped to the rest of the body, right? And that's the aorta over here. And the aorta is the largest artery in the body. So that's the pathway of blood through the heart. Now there's some common questions that will come up here. My aorta was narrow when I was born. There you go. That's interesting. This will be going up on my YouTube, so don't worry. You'll be able to find it on my YouTube, and you'll be able to watch over it there, okay? Can anyone tell me which side of the heart I'd expect to have thicker muscle? Which side of the heart would I expect to have thicker muscular walls? Ab says left, Divine says left, Leah, ARU says right, left, mainly saying left. It is absolutely the left side of the heart, okay? The left side of the heart has much thicker walls. And if you've kind of got to think about why that is, you've got to think about where the left side of the heart is pumping the blood. Okay, so the right side of the heart, this side, the blue side, that was pumping blood to the lungs. The lungs are in close proximity to the heart, aren't they? The heart's kind of in between both lungs. So it's not got to pump the blood very hard to get from the right ventricle to the lungs. It's very, very close. Whereas the left ventricle is pumping blood to the whole body, right through the aorta to your head, to your brain, to your toes, to your fingertips. So that's got to pump blood very far at very high pressure. Yes, as all of you are saying correctly. So because of that, it's got to have much thicker muscular walls to produce that higher pressure to pump the blood much harder through the body so it can get to everywhere where it needs to go. Okay, so that's super, super important. Does anybody know what we call the part of the heart which separates the left side of the heart from the right side of the heart? Bonus mark if you can remember that. So what is the name of the part of the heart which separates the left side from the right side? Not quite. Begins with an S. S for Sierra. It is the septum. Nice one. Who got that first? All eighth. Yeah, you got septum correct. Well done. So the septum is usually found between the ventricles, so you weren't too wrong there, but it is the part that separates the left side from the right side, okay? That's the septum. It is very important because it prevents the oxygenated blood mixing from the deoxygenated blood. If the bloods were to mix, so the blue blood and the red blood, as this kind of picture shows, even though it's not red and not blue, if the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood were to mix, we'd have less oxygenated blood overall. So that less oxygenated blood would travel around our body, and our body would struggle to function if it was not as oxygen rich, the blood, okay? We need lots of oxygen inside the blood. Now, can anyone tell me, thank you for the gift, that's very kind. Can anybody tell me what is the name of the blood vessels which supply the heart with oxygenated blood? What is the name of the blood vessels that provide the heart? Yeah, with blood. Well done, ARU. Gia, thank you. Yeah, all the papers are okay for AQA. The combined science are only for AQA, whereas the maths ones are AQA, OCR, and EdXL. Well done for all of you getting that right. It is the coronary artery. So coronary arteries supply our blood tissue with oxygenated blood. And the reason why the heart gets its own kind of VIP supply of blood is because it constantly needs a supply of oxygen and glucose in order to aerobically respire and to allow for the muscles in the heart, in the wall of the heart, to continuously contract and pump blood around the body. Okay? So somebody said, how would you describe a double circulatory system if asked what it is? So our heart is part of a double circulatory system, okay? And our circulatory system is made up of blood vessels with a pump, which is the heart, and valves that maintain a one-way flow of blood, okay? So it's a combination of blood vessels with a pump and valves that maintain a one-way flow of blood around the body. This will be going on YouTube, don't worry. Thank you for the gift again, that's very kind of you. So if you're asked about the benefits of a double circulatory system, you could say that the blood traveling through the small capillaries would lose a lot of pressure and therefore would slow down if we didn't have a double circulatory system, because if the heart only pumped the blood once, that blood would lose momentum as it's going through. But this time, with our double circulatory system, it kind of gets pumped once and then it gets sped up again, so it continues going really quickly. So otherwise, if we didn't have a double circulatory system, you'd say if we didn't have a double circulatory system, our blood would lose pressure and therefore would travel much more slowly. Another thing we can say is that by actually the oxygenated blood coming back to the heart from the lungs, the pressure can be raised again, meaning that our cells can be oxygenated much faster. And that's helpful too. So yeah, really, really good. Can you draw a flow chart of the blood's journey through the body? Well, the blood would go everywhere. So from the aorta, it would simply go everywhere. The aorta branches out to the different directions in the human body. So it will just continue going. There's no like priorities. It will just keep going through all our arteries in our body to everywhere. So literally from the heart, everywhere, dispersed around the whole body. So yeah, you don't need to worry about that. The main thing we need to know is how the blood travels through the heart, to the lungs, to the aorta, and then we know that it's out of the body at that point. Okay, the next thing I want you guys to know is that our heart rate is controlled by a group of cells which we call pacemaker cells. Okay? These pacemaker cells, can anyone tell me where do we find them? Say per waper you have to go. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. See you next time. Make sure you're following. Make sure all of you are following. Yeah, right atrium is correct. Nice one. Okay, the pacemaker cells are found in the right atrium because this is where the heartbeat begins. So I'd say that they are found somewhere over here. Okay, part of the atrioventricular node. And these cells help to keep our heart rhythm regular. So they help to solve things such as arrhythmia. Okay, you may have heard of arrhythmia before, which is where your heart has irregular heartbeats. And so pacemaker cells help to solve this arrhythmia, help to keep a regular rhythm for your heart. So really good. For some of us, when we get older or if we have any heart defects, these pacemaker cells may not work as they should. And that's when you might get things like arrhythmia, you might get a heart attack, the heart might stop working, and that's problematic. So what you might then have is an artificial pacemaker fitted. Okay, and that's something which fits right underneath your skin. Okay, I can show you guys how it looks. Artificial pacemaker fits right underneath your skin and it's connected to your heart where the regular pacemaker cells would be. So there you go. It would look something like this. There's the artificial pacemaker and it's connected to the right atrium. Okay, and it does the same job as a regular natural pacemaker would do. And it corrects any irregularities in the heart rate, which is super, super important for those people who don't have functioning hearts. So without a pacemaker, that heart might just stop randomly whilst they're sleeping or something like that. So they don't put it into your heart. It actually just goes right underneath your skin. And then the wire is connected up to your heart, to the outside. If your heart doesn't function properly, yes, you can have a pig heart transplant. But again, there's high risks of rejection, high risks of failure when it comes to things like that. So they try to avoid things like that if at all possible. But really good, guys. I'm impressed with all of your knowledge. I am going to be finishing up because my next lesson starts in about 5 minutes. But well done. Lisa, I think that's a really, there's always a risk of rejection. You're absolutely right. You're asking a very good question. You're asking about the effects of diseases on the heart. I'll try and do another live later on where we'll do a continuation of this and we'll look at when there's problems with the heart, what do we do, and what kind of diseases we have as well that can affect the heart. So make sure you guys are following so that you don't miss out when we go on live next. Thanks to all of you for all of your support. And make sure you guys all go and check out this website, christuition.myshopify.com, where, like I told you guys already, you will find all the GCSE predicted papers that I've spent so many hours making for all of you. They're going to be really good revision for all of you, okay? So make sure you check them out, and don't forget to use the code LIVE30. You guys are the only ones to get this live 30% off for being on my lives, and everything's already discounted, but if you use this code, it discounts it even more, so each paper comes down to about 60 or 70p. I tried to get on your website and Google says I have to be 18. I don't know about that. You're the first person to ever say that. But you can ask your parents to do it. Okay? But yeah, good luck, guys. You're very welcome, Super Waper, ARU. Thank you, all of you, for coming. Like I said to all of you as well, feel free to take a screenshot here. I'm about to come off this page. Bobby, I'm not 18 and worked fine, yeah. Take a screenshot of this page if you want to check it out. The link is also in my bio. And for those of you who haven't yet followed me on YouTube, you can find me there. I can see some more of you have followed. Tutor Chris. If you type in Tutor Chris into YouTube, you'll find me there. And this live will be being posted there very soon. Okay? So yeah, take care, guys. Have a good rest of your day, and hopefully see some of you guys later on. Have a nice day, guys. See yous in a bit. You're welcome, Nicola. Thanks for the follows, guys. Take care, guys. It'll probably be this evening towards 9 p.m. or 8 or 9 p.m. because I am teaching for the remainder of the day, okay? All right, guys. See you guys in a bit. You're welcome, Bethany. You're welcome, Bobby.